That it's been extremely diverse and varied and interesting. I'm sorry, we'll have to move on. Very interesting conversation. I think we started off, Yannick, by you saying the progress so far on gender equality has been slow and uneven. And then, interesting, Klaus came in and was, I think, brutally honest, really, saying we have a big problem, we're not there yet, we're not doing well. And I think that is something we really need to remember as we move on towards these different defining moments that I was talking about when I started off with the SDG debate, the 1325 debate, the question on funding for development. I think some of the points that have been made really do need to be taken forward. The question of women and women's rights and women's involvement in peacekeeping and in fragile states. I think that is extremely important. Accessibility to finance, funding, reliability of funding, so that we're not living on a day-to-day basis when it comes to achieving these ambitious targets. Very much a question of a human right, but also I think the economic argument has to be a very, very strong argument. No equality, very little development. So it's a question of leadership, it's a question of implementation, and I think above all, really what comes across when I've heard all of you and I've heard our panelists, that yes, there's a great rhetoric out there. Yes, there are great commitments, great political statements being made about equality and the need for women's involvement in all important issues of the day, but the gap between this rhetoric and reality is still too wide. And I think the ambition we have at all of us here who are here is really to narrow that gap and to start seeing real results. So please join me in thanking our panelists. I think we've had really interesting interventions. And thank you very much indeed to UN Women and all your partners for having this debate, and to you for your interventions and questions. As I said, the conversation continues.